What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm gonna give you my raw COD next thoughts, okay? And I got my notes here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna read off these what I got here so far. Just literally, I wrote down some notes, and this is just my thought. I'm gonna put in the background what I'm talking about, so that way you guys can kind of understand what I'm talking about. And before we get into that, go ahead and hit the like button, leave a comment on what y'all thought about what y'all saw at COD Next. Did y'all get the beta code? All right, y'all gotta watch it for an hour. All you do is watch for an hour. And go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's free. So let's get right into this. Jumping into the good. We're gonna do good and bad. That's it. Two simple things. So the first good thing that I really see is the maps. The maps that we saw, Forge, the one on the water, Blackheart, Toshin, those maps look like original good Call of Duty maps, right? Toshin I love because when you get into the middle, you're committed. You're going to be seen in the middle. So crossing that plane is going to be hard, and that's what you want out of a good Call of Duty map. You want your designated 3-lane maps. You want your middle to be a crossing line. You want to be able to control it, so that way you can have some sense of where the enemy's going to come at. And you know, I'll put some clips of Toshin on there for my example. I know that Blackheart, even though it's a small map, like there's still a line that cuts the map in half, and you understand what side you're on and what you're not just by watching at it. The visuals of the map look fantastic. I know that in my initial review of all the news drop feed, the visuals of the map look amazing. Like I can see everybody. I'm sitting there watching people, and I'm like, they're there, and I'm like, yo, I can actually see people now. I can see where they're at and see, and the fact that they have the health bar above it, it makes it even better. Now I hope it doesn't, you know, break the camera where maybe you're looking at someone at a head glitch and you can see their health bar, but for the most part, like, you could see the enemy, you see where they're coming from. You can, when you're looking at the mini map, it's nice, and you can see, you know, where people are at and what there's, you know, how high they are. There's not too many levels. Like, everything's in front of you, and it's nice. Okay. The third thing that I'd like to talk about is when you're playing, you can see on the right side is what's happening, right? Like if you get a kill in your health gen, it tells you, right? If you take, you know, like if you die to someone that had a UAV, it tells you. If you die to there's so much information that it's nice to know, because it eliminates the frustrations of like, how did I die? And with all the stuff that's on the map, or, you know, like on the screen that tells you after you die, is so nice to know that you're like, okay, like I know why I died. And then the gunplay, right? Like the gunplay looks good, right? You shoot people, they die, right? You see people sliding around and they could still make a play, but for the most part, if you see somebody, you can kill them, right? Like they're not gonna be able to do too many, you know, slide back, slide forward, jump, and do something. If you got decent aim, you could shoot them, you're gonna kill them. Okay. Something that was played on was Overload. Overload was played. Obviously, there's already been some comments on it. I'll put it on screen. They already talked about how in the CDL they're going to take away the personal radar from the person that has the bomb. I know some other people talked about having two, like the 2 points. I don't think there should be two. I think it should just be a blitz hybrid. It should just basically be blitz, but you have to grab the bomb. See, a blitz, you just had to slide in, whereas at least with a hybrid, you have to grab the bomb then score. I think that'll be much. I think they should tweak that. They should definitely think about doing that. Just have 1 point on each side. Yeah, maybe you could have the bomb spawn on 3 different sides, giving you a different play. But if you're talking about defending 2 points, it's going to be really hard, especially about how fast the game moves. So I would definitely think about that. And then the last good thing that I can think of right now is the camos, right? There's camos in zombies, there's camos in campaign, there's these camos in Warzone, there's camos in multiplayer, and they all look good for the most part. Obviously, everybody has their own taste, but they look good, right? And whether you play campaign or zombies, or whether you play Warzone or multiplayer, there's camos for you to get. There's more to, because everything about campaign is usually get through the campaign, play the 2 hours, and then you're done. Now you actually have a reason to go back and play the campaign, use different weapons, and get to do fun stuff with that, right? Giving you more things to do. You know, especially when you've been burnt out of Call of Duty, multiplayer Warzone, you can go play, campaign and get camos, or you can go play zombies and get camos. The fact that they have the camo grind on every game mode and it's universal, like that's awesome. I obviously, tying a little bit to the bad to this, I wish they would have a little bit more challenging things that earn camos and do other things rather than it just being about the weapon. But overall, the camos look good. Now getting into the bad. Okay, the first thing that I noticed is the overclock system. Okay, the overclock system, everything that's on a tactical, a lethal, a field upgrade, and a kill streak has an overclock. The issue is that you get to choose between two different overclocks for each item, right? So if I want a grenade, I can either, fuse it, I can hold the fuse, or it does the cluster. That's one grenade that has two different overclocks, and I can only choose one. That means that there's a lot of content that's just not going to be used. It's just not going to be used. When you figure, when exclusive Ace, or even if Drifter goes back into it, or anybody that starts making videos on whatever's good or whatever the meta is, there's going to be a lot of content that isn't used. And I think it's just a waste of time for them to add an overclock system for us to use 2% of the total overclocks that are in the game, right? And I think that instead of just, I think it should be something that, let's say I earn the overclock for the grenade, right? I should be able to get both overclocks in the game. I should earn the overclock over time in the game. Or I should get two right out the jump. Because there's just a lot of content that's on it. And then the last thing that the second to last bad thing, like I said, this is a short video because there wasn't much for me to do because I didn't play the game. But just observation, I don't like the perk system, right? You got the tac sprinter in there, which just brings back tac sprint. What is the benefit of tac sprint if you can run the same speed with tac sprint? The negative of tac sprint is it takes longer for you to aim down sight. So there, and then just having all the different perks, having one little ability just makes it wasteful. You're gonna end up using perk greed. So those are some of the things that I've taken away, the good, the bad, just in my raw initial thoughts on the COD Next. Again, I didn't get to play it. I had to watch other people play it. We didn't get to see all the weapons. We didn't get to see all the perks. We didn't get to see everything. Okay, so this is just my initial thoughts of the COD Next. Now the beta will come out. I will do my initial thoughts on the beta. I will do my after I've done playing the beta. So I'm going to try to put a lot of time into the beta. I work basically all the way up until the end of the beta. The last 2 days are the last 2 days of the beta that I have off. So by then everybody's going to have everything unlocked and you've probably seen everything, but I'll give you guys my initial thoughts. And with that being said, you guys let me know in the comments below what your good and what your bad is. All right, I want to know. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like about the beta. But just out of my initial thoughts, it has potential. I'm going to leave it at that. You guys leave a comment below, leave a like, and subscribe. It's free. See you guys on the next one.